Hare. Hare. Hare Krishna. Okay. Put the tongue a little, no problem. Are you leaving?
Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya. Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya. Jaya 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 Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya. Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya. Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya. Jaya 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 Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Kiba Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Arati Keshoba Kiba Jaya Janavitata Jagamanaloba Jaga Janamanaloba Jaga Ibadake Tai Chan Bamigadahara Kibabaki Nikate Abhita Srini Vasachakradara Kibabesi Achigora Chan Ratna Simasani Kibabake Arati Korina Brahma Adideva Bani Narari Ari Kore Shamala Dulaya Kibanala Sanjaya Mukunda Basu Goshadi Gaya Jaya Iba Santa Baje Ganta Baje Baje Karatala Iba Bas Madura Midanga Baje Paramara Sala Dorange Arati Shobha Jagajana Manaloba Dorang Jagajana Manaloba Shankha Baje Ganta Baje Madhu 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 Baje Shankha Madhu 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 Baje Ibabose Achigora Chan Ratna Semasani Tonkoti Gala Dese Banamala Tori Jala Mala Ibasira Sukhana Radha Emegada Gada Kibasira Sukhana Bhakta Kirilo Radheke Dorala Sampada Namo Vishnu Paraya Krishna Pesaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamiti Namine Namah. Namaste Sarasvati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pakyatari Satarine Namaste Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Dara Bhaktavinda Jaya Sri Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Dara Bhaktavinda Jaya Sri Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hello. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Bolo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Sri Radhe Jaya Radha Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Sri Radhe Jaya 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 Radha Syamasundar Radha Syamasundar Sri Radhe Jaya Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Jaya Shri Jaya Mahaprabhu Jaya Mahaprabhu Jaya Mahaprabhu Jaya Mahaprabhu Jaya 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 Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya 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 Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Nitai Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gora Hari Bol Nitai Gora Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Pravidrajagacharya Astottara Shatat His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Nityanirumpad Vishnupad Paramahamsa Pravidrajagacharya Astottara Shatat His Divine Grace BhaktiSiddantha Goswami Srila Prabhupada Ki Anantakoti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड व्रजभूमि वृंदावन धाम की मायापुर धाम की नवदीप धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगामयी की यमुनामयी की भक्ति देवी की तुलसी देवी की सामवेद भक्त वृंद की द मोस्ट ब्यूटिफुल लॉर्डशिप श्री श्री राधा माधव श्री राधा श्याम सुंदर की परम करुण श्री श्री निताय गौर हरि की ताय गौर हरि प्रेमानंदे all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga Srila Prabhupada ki
I can play harmony.
To play? It's working?
I want to
Schedule this one?
What?
Who's scheduled? Who's on the schedule?
Yes, schedule.
Let us see. Okay, let us play. Okay.
Namaste Narasimhaya Lada Lada Taine Hiranya Kashipu Raksha Ilacham Sama Kalaye Ito Nasimha Bharato Nasimha Yato Yato Yamni Tato Nasimha Tahi Nasimha Hridaye Nasimha Narasimhamadin Sharanam Prapadye. Tava Karakamalavare Nakha Adbhuta Shringa Salita Hiranyakashipu Tanubhinga Keshavadita Narari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Narasimhadev, Jaya Narasimhadev, Jaya Narasimhadev, Jaya Narasimhadev. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna everyone. Welcome to all of you on this wonderful Sunday feast. And on behalf of our temple, Hare Krishna, can you please be seated? All right. Hare Krishna, welcome to all of you. Is there anybody coming here first time? Anybody visiting first time? Please give a big hand to all these volunteers who have visited first time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. For all of you who are visiting first time, there is a small gift. If you go to bookstore while leaving, you can get it over there. So those of you don't know, we will be getting into our Sunday lecture, which is about 40 to 45 minutes, and then we will break for prasadam, right? So with that, let me welcome His Grace Laxmikanta Prabhu. Where is Laxmikanta? Okay. Laxmikanta Prabhu is a IT professional. He has been in ISKCON Temple of Naperville for many years, and his contribution in almost every area, but every technology, IT things that it works, it is being done by Laxmikanta Prabhu. He is also one of the the best when it comes to organizing the classes, and whether it's the Saturdays or Sundays, he's the one who hosts all the classes and program. Today we are very, very fortunate to hear from him on the topic of the BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Thakur Maharaj 150th anniversary that we are celebrating, and in continuation to that, Prabhu will speak on the topic. So please come forward and please participate in this lecture. So with that, let's give a big hand and please welcome his guest Laxmikanta Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
We'll sing Jai Radha Madhav. Sorry, technical problem. I need to start my laptop. Frozen. We will sing Jai Radha Madhav while it comes. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari 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 Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Nandana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava हरे जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ हरे यशोदनन्दन व्रजजन रञ्जन यशोदनन्दन व्रजजन रञ्जन यमुनतीरावनचारी तीरावनचारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद Hare Krishna. Thank you all. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. So I'm very nervous in front of speaking so many senior devotees. So thank you for all joining this evening. Thank you for all joining this evening. We are having so many festivals last few weeks, starting from Advaita Acharya Parents Day, and then Varahadevi Parents Day, and Nityananda Pran Prabhu's Parents Day. Keep playing. And now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Parents Day is coming up next month. In between all this, we are having BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj's 150th anniversary. So that is coming up on this Thursday, 29th. So we'll have a big festival. So we'll start with reciting prayers. सोमज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चना गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So So in case if some of you are not aware of who is BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj is, so he is a spiritual master or guru of our Srila Prabhupada. So he is the inspiration behind Prabhupada coming to the West and teaching all over the world. So when Prabhupada was a small boy, he was a devotee. I mean, his father was a great devotee, and his father used to invite so many sages to his home and feed them prasadam and request them to pray his son so that he will become a pure devotee when he grows big. Right? So he was. So many sadhus were coming and they were blessing him, but many of them were kind of not really devotees, right? They were kind of all kinds of people, they were coming. They were wearing the dress of a sadhu. So, but then Prabhupada grew up over the time and he went to college and he got busy with his studies. So then he was actively participating in Gandhi's independence movement. So, and also when one time one of his friend invited him to come and meet a sadhu, right? Another sadhu was giving a presentation at class. He wanted to come and go with him to that class. That was BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj. So Prabhupada doesn't know at that time. That's okay. Yeah. So Prabhupada doesn't know BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj that time. So he was also thinking he's like one of those sadhus whom he met when he was a small boy, right? He was not showing much interest, so he doesn't want to go. So, but then that friend was telling, no, he's not that kind of sadhu, he's a different, right? We should come and see him first, at least hear him once. So then Prabhupada finally agreed after insistence. So then he went and it was in a terrace. So he was standing almost at the end of that crowd. Right? And then after the class, BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj said, so do you want to hear what he said? So you are all educated young men. Why don't you take up the Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's cult and preach all over the English-knowing public? Why don't you take up this matter? Right? Something similar to this, he said, this is Prabhupada's words. So later on, so this was the first meeting. They never met earlier. So I mean, he doesn't know them, right? So he was just telling suddenly, go and preach all over the world, right? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's message. So, I mean, if somebody tells us like this, it is like very strange, right? But he was able to see, I mean, of course, BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj and Prabhupada both are pure devotees. This was a pastime that is happening on this world. So they know, I mean, he is the person who can take the message of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu all over the world, right? So he is that kind of, he knows. So then, so initially, I mean, Prabhupada argued for some time, and then later on, finally, he kind of got defeated by his guru, right? So that was the only time Prabhupada said he got defeated, right? So he never got defeated until then. He was very strong in logic and argument, so he never got defeated. So later on, Prabhupada said that was the only time I got defeated, and I was very happy by getting defeated, right? So then in this, actually, we had some of these wonderful pastimes in prominent teachings last 2 weeks, from last 2 Sundays. I don't know, many of you might have joined from His Holiness Rompada Maharaj. So this week, we will take a close look at his pranam mantra and discuss a little bit. So this pranam mantra embedded his whole life story and his whole mission and his swarupa, right? So all of them are embedded in this pranam mantra. So next time when we recite, right, for example, we recite Prabhupada pranam mantra, Namo Vam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale, right? So BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj also has a pranam mantra. So the pranam mantra gives the whole of their life, right? So we will be able to, when we recite that, we will be able to remember the whole pranam mantra. So pranam means offering obeisances, right? Mantra means, man means mind. Tra means a vehicle or the one that carries, right? Mantra means the one that carries our mind, right? So delivers our mind beyond thinking that, okay, we'll say Namo Vam and all. So we offer our Guru and, when we come in front of DT or when we come in front of Srila Prabhupada, we offer this pranam mantra. So here is the pranam mantra of BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj. So, there is a Prabhupada voice. We'll just hear.
Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate BhaktiSiddantha Sarasvati Namini Sri Sarasvati Devi Daitaya Kripabhai Krishna Syamasundar Vidyana Daine Prabhavi Namaha Madhurya Premadhya Srirupanuga Bhaktidaya Sri Gaura Karunashakti Vigrahaya Namaste Namaste Gauravani Srimate Dhinatani Yupanu Gatir Japa Siddhanta
So, very deep voice. So, I liked it. So, thank you, Amrit Kilimataji, for sharing this. So, we will take a closer look at the some of the words from this pranam mantra, and we will discuss a little bit. So, it starts with Namavam Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate BhaktiSiddantha Sarasvati iti namine. I offer my respectful obeisances unto His Divine Grace BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati, who is very dear to Lord Krishna, having taken shelter at His lotus feet. So it starts with Nama. Nama means offering obeisances, right? So Na means not, Ma means me. Me thinking that I am the body or I am the doer, I mean the false ego conception. So when we come in front of the Lord or Guru or some elderly person, we offer obeisances. So thinking that in a humble mood, okay, I am smaller than you, right? So just by showing that you are a great, I am a small. So humbly offering oneself, that coming out of that false ego. So to whom the obeisances are being offered here? BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati. So why we are offering obeisances? Because it says Krishna Preshtaya. So he is very dear to the Lord, very dear to the Lord Krishna. So how is he dear? It says Vishnu Padaya. He has taken shelter at the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu or Krishna. Right? He is fully submitted to the Lord. So he doesn't have any other kind of motivations, right? So, and it says Bhutale. So very interesting. Bhutale means on the planet Earth, right? So, I mean, even though still we are offering pranam mantra to Prabhupada or BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj, though they are not currently existing on the Earth planet, but they are present always through their teachings and through their books and through their followers, right? They're still teaching us, so we still say Bhutale. So we'll take a little closer look at some of the words. So here, what does Krishna say? I mean, we will take about that word Krishna Preshtaya. So Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, 1868 and 1869. So 1868 he says, for one who explains the supreme secret, the Bhagavad Gita, to the devotees, pure devotional service is guaranteed. And at the end, he will come back to me. And the next verse he says, there is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there ever be one more dear. So Krishna is saying that, one who teaches the Bhagavad Gita, what Krishna taught to Arjuna, so he is very dear to him. right? So if we take life of BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj, so I mean, we had last couple of weeks and we will hear a little bit more about his activities and his teachings. So he was a revolutionary spiritualist, right? So he re-established the cult of Lord Chaitanya's teachings all over the India, right? He has a strong desire to establish all over the world. So he had a burning desire. Until that time, especially, at least in the Gaudiya Vaishnavism, no other spiritual master preached so much, right, as BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj gave. So on top of all of it, all of this, he gave Prabhupada to us, right? Because of him, we are all here, right? So Prabhupada came, he told Prabhupada to go to West and preach. So because of that, we are all here. So, I mean, he is continuing to make so many devotees and teaching his Lord Krishna's teachings and how dear he would be to Krishna, right? So, he is very dear to the Lord. So, if we take the next one, so Siddhanta Saraswati, right? BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati. Siddhanta means it is a conclusive doctrine or established truth, right? That is the meaning. So, he is BhaktiSiddantha. So, that means he is the personification of conclusive doctrines of bhakti, right? So Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Vedesa sarvair ahameva vedya. So the purpose of the Vedas is to know him, right? So then again in the 18th chapter, how one will know him? So he says, Bhaktyamam abhijanati. So in 1855, in Bhagavad Gita, he says, Bhaktyamam abhijanati. That means only through bhakti one will know me, right? So that means one who has bhakti, he knows all the purport of all the Vedas, right? So because he has one who knows bhakti, through only bhakti one will know Krishna. So the purpose of Vedas is to know him. That means, so the person who has a bhakti, he knows all the purport of all the Vedas. So all the philosophical truths of the Vedas, Upanishads, when we say Vedas here, Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, and all scriptures, right? So not just the Sanskrit scriptures, every scripture that exists, right? So all are embodied in the BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati because he is the Siddhanta Saraswati, BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati. So actually if any person who comes in contact with him, so he argues with him, so I'm sure he will become a devotee as long as he is little sincere, right? So I mean they will never be able to win argument against him, right? So he was so strong in his philosophy, in his knowledge, right? He used to be called as an encyclopedia. Right? So he knows everything. At least once he sees, he will remember even after 50 years. I was reading something just before his departure from this world, I mean 3-4 days before, he was able to remember something that happened 50 years ago. He saw somebody and he was able to recognize, right? So he was such a great kind of personality. So Saraswati means, so goddess of learning from the spiritual world. So he is the embodiment of transcendental knowledge. So last 2 weeks we heard how at the age of 6 or 7 he learned whole Bhagavad Gita. He was able to memorize all the 700 slokas from Bhagavad Gita, right? So not just remembering the Sanskrit by hearting, he was able to even explain those verses. So he was such a great person even at that age, right? At the age of 6 or 7. So at the age of 13 he was proofreading his father's books. His father was a great writer and great devotee, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So he was proofreading his books at the age of 13, right? He was a Sanskrit scholar. So, and also his English, I mean, there are many books that he has written. It's very hard English, right? It's very tough for any common person. Even an English native speaking person, it is not easy to understand, right? We were hearing from His Holiness Prabhupada Maharaj last week or last week, when he got his first literature. That's how he got introduced to process of Krishna consciousness. He had to have a dictionary. We know how good his English is, right? So he said that he has to, every other word he has to mark it and look at a dictionary, right? So his English is also very scholarly. So, and also we heard how he got into joined. So there was a debate that was happening to establish who is greater, Brahmanas or Vaishnavas, right? That past time also we had. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur was invited for that, but unfortunately or fortunately he was not able to go, right? Because he was sick. So then there was nobody who can go. BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj was still young at that time, but then he volunteered that he wanted to go and participate in that debate. Because otherwise it is a problem, right? So because somebody has to go and establish the Vaishnava philosophy. So BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj gave that whatever he is going to talk to Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur approved. And then he went, it was a 3-day seminar. So first day he, from the scriptures, right, not from his own knowledge, from the scriptures he established how Brahmanas are the highest, right? So Brahmanas are the ones who knows the Brahman, right? So they bring all auspiciousness. They're very dear to the Lord. Like Krishna says in many places how Brahmanas are very dear to him. So he establishes that Brahmanas are very great, right, on the first day. Second day he talks about how the current society, the Brahmanas are in the current society, how kind of degraded are so. And on third day he talks about how the Vaishnavas are the greater than the Brahmanas. So everybody in the first day actually they all thought that he's on our side. But even after third day, no, people did not get envious because the way with the strong message that he was able to present it, so they all kind of, I mean, many people, maybe some people might have been there, but many people got very happy, right? So he was such a great personality and people wanted to touch his feet and it was like a stampede situation, right? And police had to stop. So, I mean, yeah, it was like such a great person even at that time, right? Many scholars of his time were kind of scared to debate with him, right? They don't even come on his way. They used to go on side, right, when he's trying to come. So he used to confront them and say, how can you say God doesn't have a form, right? You have a form and God doesn't have a form. So what is this, right? So he was kind of used to confront them. So then the next one is Sri Varshabhanavi Devi Daitya Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Dayane Prabhave Namaha. So I offer my respectful obeisances to Sri Varshabhanavi Devi Daitadasa, another name of Srila BhaktiSiddantha Sarasvati, who is favored by Srimati Radharani and who is the ocean of the transcendental mercy and the deliverer of the signs of Krishna. So we'll take, this three things are there here. So Sri Varshabhanavi Devi Daita. So right, so Sri Varshabhanavi Devi means daughter of Vrishabhanu. Daughter of Vrishabhanu is Srimati Radharani, right? So Daityaya means beloved or very dear, right? So who is the beloved of Srimati Radharani? Is Lord Krishna. Right, so Lord Krishna, and then he is Dasa of that person, right? So servant of that beloved of Srimati Radharani. So he, this name was given to him by his Guru, Srila Gaurkishore Das Babaji during the initiation or Diksha. So many of us heard briefly, I think 2 weeks ago, from His Holiness Rumpad Maharaj, so how he got initiation from his Guru. Right, it was a very nice, sweet pastime. I thought I will, repeat that again. So his father was Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Bhakti Vinod Thakur was a great devotee, and he is a great devotee and from childhood, right? So he was kind of teaching BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj. So all the, even he has given a deity, has given a holy name when he was very young. Right, but then when BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj approached Bhakti Vinod Thakur for initiation, so he told, go and take initiation from Gaurkishore Das Babaji. So Gaurkishore Das Babaji, on the other hand, is a kind of very renunciant. So he's not cares about this, anything that from this material world, right? So he's kind of a completely other side, right? So he was kind of actually externally was illiterate as well, right? Doesn't know how to write and study, read. So whereas Bhimala Prasad, his name was Bhimala Prasad, BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj's name was Bhimala Prasad at that time. So he was a scholarly, he used to be called as encyclopedia, right? So that's what we just heard. So then when Bhimala Prasad approached him, so he said, you are such a great scholar, how can I give initiation to you? How can I become a guru? Right? Guru means one who can teach. Right? So, but BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj is already very scholar. Right? But Gaurkishore Das Babaji doesn't know how to read and write. So then he says, how can I become your guru? Right? No, I will not become your guru. So then BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj says, if my scholarship is the one that is hindrance between you becoming my guru, then I don't care about the scholarship, right? So that is not going to be useful, right? So, because I have decided that I want to be your disciple. He is thinking from his side, right? Gaurkishore Das Babaji has not accepted it. So, from this, he doesn't want to even become, he even want to give up his scholarship, right? Just to become a disciple of Gaurkishore Das Babaji. So he's teaching a nice lesson here, right? So if our scholarship or intelligence and power, whatever we have, right? So if they are not taking us closer to the Lord, so they are not very useful, right? So because he's not able to become a disciple of Gaurkishore Das Babaji because of his scholarship. That's what the reason Gaurkishore Das Babaji was giving. So he says, I don't want those things. So if all of us have those things, right, to some extent, right, power, wealth, so if they are not taking us closer to the Lord, BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj teaching us, they are not very useful, right? So because they are temporary, they are going to be lost, at least not if during the lifetime. So some of us, we may lose some of those things during our lifetime, but at least for sure at the end of our life, we will lose all of them, right? Whatever is that power, wealth, what we have. So then he begged and begged again, requesting his mercy. So he's saying, please give me mercy by giving initiation. So then Gaurkishore Babaji says, okay, so mercy is not mine. Mercy is Lord Chaitanya's. Let me ask him and come back to you. So it's very interesting. BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj agrees. Okay, please ask, and then I'll come back after a few days. After a few days, he comes again, and he says, did you ask? Yeah, I did not ask. I'll ask again, right? I did not ask. So he simply doesn't want to give initiation. It's not that he's going to ask and clarify. So and third time he comes and he says, did you ask again? Because he was very determined. He is not giving up, right? So third time he says, I asked, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said no. Then BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj says, no, it cannot happen. he doesn't agree to that. So he says, I have decided that in my heart that you are my guru. So I want to take this diksha from you only. If I'm not able to do, what is the use of my life? I will give up my life. So he goes to that extent. Then Gaurkishore Das Babaji says, okay, go and take bath and I will give you initiation. So that's how he was able to get the initiation from Gaurkishore Das Babaji. So this is the name he gives. Varshabhanavi Devi Daitya Das. So, we were saying one hand he was illiterate, and other hand, the beauty of the name, right? So, such a very deep meaning, and he was giving this kind of name to him. So, maybe externally he was illiterate, right? So, from our language perspective, but he knows all the details of the scriptures and all the details, right? So, that's how that thing happens. Then the Krupa Bhaya. Next one is the ocean of transcendental mercy. So in fact, oceans have limits, right? So there is always a border and boundaries and the deepness, how much it can. But to the mercy of BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj, there are no limits. Actually, it says he was unlimited mercy. He was able to give whatever. Even his preaching strength was unlimited, right? So he was able to do whatever it takes. So he was the first in our disciplic succession. So to preach so extensively and travel. You travel all over India, and actually those days the devotees means they used to sit in remote places or somewhere not in cities and all, right? Cities are where a lot of people are there. So, but the devotees were not coming into cities and preaching and all. So, but BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj is the first one, at least in our sampradaya. Earlier it happened with Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, they traveled a lot. But in recent years, so after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also traveled everywhere. But then after many years, the teachings were lost. So he kind of revived them or re-established that. So you actually had a strong desire. Even if we remember in beginning, we were talking about how he told Prabhupada and his friend, go and preach all over the world. So he had the strong desire, right, to make everyone a devotee. So actually he was just not a devotee. He wanted to give the highest bhakti that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught, right, and the Rupa Goswami taught. So, of course, BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj was able to travel all over India and he established his teachings, Lord Chaitanya's teachings. And our Prabhupada took that message and came over to the West and he traveled all over the world and he established it, right? So, before Prabhupada also came to West, he sent a couple of his other disciples to England and Germany, right? So they were able to do some little work, but the reason was I was bringing up actually has the strong desire, right, to preach this message. His mercy is like a oceanic, right? So because of Prabhupada, we are all in this temple, right? So because of Prabhupada came to the West because of BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj. So the next one is Krishna Sambandha Vijnana, Daine. So the deliverer of the science of Krishna. So this is the logo of his Gaudiya Math. So we saw this, I think, last 2 weekends as well, right? Maharaj was explaining about it. So a primary purpose of Lord Chaitanya was to the congregational chanting of the holy names, right? So chanting of the holy names needs mridanga and kartals and all. right? So, but if somebody, the world is so big, right? If somebody takes kartals and mridanga and chants one corner of the world, how many people can hear? Right? Very few people can hear. Maybe the neighborhood can hear if it is very loud kirtan. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted all over the world. So how is it possible, right, at that time? So, I mean, the only way that can be reached all over the world is through the books. So that was the primary way of preaching the anything through books those days. Right now, social media and all came, right? So he established this printing presses. I mean, the modern technology he was using is very rare. I mean, people use it to do those days. So it was early 19th century, right? So he established this printing presses. He called them as Bruhat Mridanga. So that can be heard anywhere, any part of the world. So another teaching of Lord Chaitanya is worship of Radha Krishna. So many people in those days misrepresented Lord Chaitanya's teachings. So there are so many apasampradayas, the deviations from Lord Chaitanya's teachings, right? They act like they are servants of Radha directly. They imitate, right? So the actual teachings of Lord Chaitanya were lost. So BhaktiSiddantha Sarasvati Maharaj re-established them again. So generally worshipping of Radha and Krishna, we do it out of love, right? On the Raga platform. There are no rules and regulations, right? So worshipping Radha and Krishna. But then if somebody very new, right? Any of us, if somebody tells, oh, there is no rules and regulations to worship Radha Syamasundar. So can we do it? I mean, we will not be able to do it. We will go and touch them. I mean, maybe impure and all, right? It is very kind of aparat. There are so many rules that are there in the scriptures one has to follow. When one gets to that platform of pure love, right, then they will be able to do that, right? So, but until one gets to that stage, there are so many rules and regulations that one need to follow. So, but then people were not doing those. They're directly getting into that Raga platform. They're imitating. They were not actually on the Raga platform. They were imitating and doing that. So BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj said, no, we have to worship Radha Krishna as if we are worshipping Lakshmi Narayana. Right? So there are so many rules. We have to take bath. We have to get up in the morning. Right? The basic things. Right? So there are so many rules and regulations that one need to follow. So one has to offer. So this way, I mean, and of course, he gave the holy name and he gave Archana. So we have to follow the Narada Pancharatra, the worshipping the deities. He has given Srimad Bhagavatam, right? The teaching. So he thought so much on the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita. So he gave Krishna through so many ways. They delivered the message of Lord Krishna. So the next one is Sri Varshabhanavi Devi Daitya Krupabdhaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Dayane Prabhave Namaha. I offer my most respectful obeisances, Sri Varshabhanavi Devi, I mean the same Varshabhanavi Devi, another name of Sri BhaktiSiddantha Sarasvati, who is favored by Srimati Radharani, who is the ocean of transcendental mercy and the deliverer of the signs of Krishna. We just discussed about this. So the next one is Madhuryojvala Premadya, Sri Rupanuga Bhaktida, Sri Gaura Karana Sekti Vigrahaya Namostute. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, the personified energy of Sri Chaitanya's mercy, who delivers devotional service which is enriched with conjugal love of Radha and Krishna, coming exactly in the line of revelation of Sri Rupa Goswami. So we'll discuss a little bit about this. So Madhuryojvala Premadya. So that means deliver the devotional service in which is enriched with conjugal love of Radha and Krishna. So Krishna appeared 5,000 years ago, right? So he said at the end of Bhagavad Gita, so he gave very good Bhagavad Gita to us. At the end he said, Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Raja. Right? He said, surrender unto me first, then I will deliver you. Right? So, but then not many people surrendered. Right? So it's very difficult. It's not very easy to surrender to Krishna. So then many people did not surrender. And then Krishna thought, okay, it's not going to work. I need to go and teach them how to surrender. So then he came 500 years ago as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he taught as a devotee, right? How to surrender to the Lord, or Lord Krishna. So do you remember in the beginning, this is Lord Chaitanya's teachings, right? Lord Chaitanya was teaching how to surrender to the Krishna. So, but Lord Chaitanya did not give a lot of literature to us, right? So he did not give so many books to us. So, I mean, the teachings will be there only carried forward if there is a guru disciplic succession, especially in the Kali Yuga, it's very difficult, right? I mean, people will not be able to remember. So, but there are books that need to be there, right? It has to go through the generations. So then he empowered Rupa Goswami and other Goswamis of Vrindavan, right? Rupa Goswami is one of the Goswamis on the altar that we see, right? So he was very scholarly and he was very pure devotee, right? So he once actually there was a drama that he writes and they were performing, and Lord Chaitanya says he was asking his servant, how come he knows my heart, right? Then the servant says, and Swarup Damodar Goswami says, so you gave it to us, you revealed your heart to him completely, right? So I mean, Rupa Goswami knows what Lord Chaitanya's heart is. So he was able to write all his teachings. Of course, Lord Chaitanya taught him as well for many days, but he was able to understand the Lord Chaitanya's heart. It's just not the teachings, I mean, not just the classes, right? So then BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj is the one, because if you see Lord Chaitanya's teachings, Rupa Goswami established. And BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj was able to understand what Rupa Goswami's teachings are, because there was a lot of gap. I mean, of course, Bhaktivinoda Thakur was there. He wrote a lot of books. He gave some foundation for BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj to preach the messages. But then he is the one who took all over to larger population, right? So he got revelation from Rupa Goswami. So Lord Chaitanya came to teach the highest rasa, right? He was not just teaching the simple worship. He came to teach the bhakti or the vraja prema, right? That Rupa Goswami gave, and BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj's intention was to do that. So to do that, he did a lot of other things, right? So he established Vaidya Bhakti, he established temples, right? He just did not stop there. So he is the one who took that, the prema or vraja prema to all the masses. So if we take, Sri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya, the personified energy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So if we take the history, what was happening, his times were not easy, right? So Lord Chaitanya teachings were gone after Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Baladev Vidyabhushan. So there was almost a gap of 150 years, right? So there were no prominent acharya who was preaching. So there were so many, when there was nobody is preaching, what happens? There are a lot of deviations that comes. Right, so there are so many deviations, at least 13 sampradayas were there. And India was under the foreign rule. There were so many Babajis who just did all kinds of unwanted things. They were not even in the name of Lord Chaitanya's teachings. If they do something, it is good, but they were saying that, okay, we are following Lord Chaitanya's message, but they were doing all unwanted things. And there, of course, there were it was independence movement was going on, and Raja Ram Mohan Rai, and kind of people like the reformists, right? They were going against the Hindu culture or the Indian culture and caste system and all. So in this whole movement, he has to revive the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. It was not an easy task, right? So only a person who is empowered, right, can do this. So Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, they came and they opened the floodgates, right? So, but then those kind of floodgates were closed, right? Until BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj opened them again for the public. So there are so many people who says only the person who is born in a specific caste, right? The caste system was so prominent. So they only can become devotees. So, the other people cannot become devotees. So there was so much opposition, but BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj preached anyone and everyone who is sincere, right? And then, of course, he went to cities, he established temples, he had big dioramas of, teachings of Lord Chaitanya, and then Srimad Bhagavatam and all. Sannyasis were riding on the motor cars, right, and wearing sewn cloth, and buying the most modern printing presses, right, staging huge exhibitions. So, utilized the radio for broadcasting. He even asked his sannyasi disciples to cross the ocean. That was unheard, right? So it is like a big offense if some sannyasi crosses the ocean. So, but BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj did all these things, right, to preach the message of Krishna. So he was a revolutionary. He implemented, this was not his own thing. He actually is teachings of Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami's Vairagya or the renunciation is because nothing belongs to us, right, in this world. Everything belongs to the God. So if I say that, okay, it belongs to me and I can renounce it. But if not, doesn't belong to me, how can I renounce it? So it belongs to the Lord, and I can use anything and everything in the service of the Lord. That is the real Vairagya. So he preached, especially the intellectuals, established many temples, published magazines, wrote books, held huge festivals, re-established some holy places, Navadip Dham and all. So he had this strong desire to fulfill the Chaitanya's mission. So and Prabhupada got inspired with that, and he came to West and he took New York City, which is a prominent city, and he wanted to establish there. He established ISKCON there, right, in New York City, right? So, and he made everyone and anyone devotee. So, and then Madhuryosvala Premadhya, and this is the one we were just read. And the Namaste Gauravani Srimurthaye Denatarini Rupanuga Viruddha Apasiddhanta Dvantaharine. This is the last one. I offer my most respectful obeisances unto you, who are the personified teachings of Lord Chaitanya. You are the deliverer of the fallen souls. You do not tolerate any statement which is against the teachings of the devotional service enunciated by Rupa Goswami. So, Namaste Gauravani Srimurtaya, the personified. So, just by coming in the association with BhaktiSiddantha Sarasvati, one can get to know all the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, right, as is, without any deviations. He was really a personification of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings. So, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recommended that his name should be heard in every town and village, right? And Bhaktivinoda Thakur also predicted, because the Lord said, right? You just imagine the times that Bhaktivinoda Thakur and BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj were there. They were under, India was not even independent country. So he was saying that every nook and corner it has to be heard. Not even India it was heard, all the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's name. But how he was kind of so desire, he was burning with the desire, and he was kind of able to inspire Prabhupada, and Prabhupada took that message and took all over the world, right? So he was, and then the next one is Denatarini. I mean, time is running. So as we heard, he delivered so many fallen souls. He continues to deliver through his followers and through his books, right, through his teachings. And Rupanuga Viruddha Apasiddhanta Dvantaharine. So he does not tolerate any statement which is against the teachings of devotional service enunciated by Srila Rupa Goswami. So Srila Rupa Goswami's teachings are Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings. So during his time, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, which was in early 19th century, no one desired to be a follower of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. People used to be, it was actually a shame because of whatever things that are happening. There are at least 13 sampradayas were there. And there were a couple of them, they say, one sampradaya says, no one can become a devotee except somebody born in a Brahmana family. Right? So then one sampradaya says, Saki Baki, the other one. They used to be act like servants of Radharani, they dress like Radharani, even a male people, right? They dress like Radharani, wear all the women's ornaments, and they walk around the streets. It is like a chaos, right? I mean, it's like a disturbance to the society if somebody does that. I mean, none of us want to do that, right? They were not really on that platform. So they were simply acting like that. So anybody, especially the intellectuals, they don't want to do like that these kind of things, right? It's very kind of lowly. So even if there was actually literally there were no Vaishnavas. So even if they are there, I mean, as we were discussing, they were in kind of some remote areas. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings were completely gone. So there are so many Apasiddhantas that came. And also he has to deal with a lot of Mayavadis and impersonalists. So he has to clear all these sects and establish Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings. You can imagine how hard it is, right? So it was not easy, but he was able to do. Right, so this is the same prayer, Namaste Gauravani Srimurtaya Denatarini. So again, once actually Prabhupada was asked, so can you please tell us something about your Guru Maharaj, BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati? And Prabhupada says, what can I say? He's a Vaikuntha man. Right, so he doesn't have anything, he simply says he's a Vaikuntha man. So that's how he responds to the people whom they were asking him, right? Can you tell us about him? He was such a great personality. I mean, it was not easy in his time to go against the current society, what things were happening, but he was able to establish all those things and give the message, re-establish the principles or teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then Prabhupada took it further and he gave it to all of us. Because of him, we are all in this place, right? So otherwise, if somebody says many of us are not born in a Brahmana families, right? We cannot practice bhakti, right? So it's kind of not easy, but we are able to do that. So that is actually teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Srila BhaktiSiddantha Saraswati Maharaj ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you very much.
All right. Once again, a bigger clap, please, for Prabhu. This was not a very usual lecture. It required a lot of preparation, lot of reading, and then coming through that. So, Prabhu, thank you so much. Prabhu, please be seated. Okay, thank you. Once again, thank you so much for all of you making this Sunday very special for yourself and for us too. If you wouldn't have been there, who would have served? So you give us the opportunity to serve, and we are really, really obliged to you. Those of you coming first time, I'm not sure if still there are some new faces. Our Sunday program starts at 4:30 and 5 o'clock is the Aarti. So please don't miss out the Sunday Aarti. It's really, really special. So every Sunday this program is possible due to kind donation and support. If you don't mind, devotees, can you please sit down for 2 minutes? We will be concluding in 2 minutes. I promise you, if not more than 5 minutes. Please be seated. Thank you so much. So this program every Sunday is possible only because of you and some of you who make us sponsor various events and prasadam and everything. So to run and maintain this temple, we strive hard. Two things: we work very, very hard to ensure that the temple is operational, and financially we do whatever best possible to ensure that the light and electricity and everything is being taken care. So with that, I have a very brief message from fundraising team, and they really, really work very hard. The only one thing what you can do, at least thank them, support them. That will be so kind of you. So this is Sumangla Devidasi Mataji. She is the chairperson of fundraising committee.
Hare Krishna. So happy to see everyone. I was on a business trip to Europe, and I was visiting ISKCON temples over there. And everywhere, it's a deity worship and everything. But I was just reflecting myself what blessing we have right in Naperville. Beautiful temple. Previously in the old temple, if any 50 people more would come, we didn't have space, even for seating arrangement or anything. We have built nice temple, but everybody knows creation is difficult, but maintenance is even more difficult. And maintaining, we are seeing the lights, so many lights, nice beautiful altar, nice space, warm place, right? Anybody feeling cold? No, right? But all this comes, there is a whole background, what is all running, everything is Lakshmi, right? So beginning of the year, we were in a very critical stage, and we had approached all the devotees with this program called Nitya Seva monthly program. I would like to convey my heartfelt thank you to all the devotees. So far we have 48 members registered for this program. I would like to request everyone, let's give a big harifol for these 48 families. Now, just 1 minute. We are thinking what did they do? Yeah, we clapped, but what did they do? It's there are different levels, beginning from 108 to all the way till 1008. Everyone, at least minimum, they sponsored $108. It seems like $108, but even if we go to a restaurant, we pay that bill. But here we are serving the community. We are serving anybody who comes. Even Steve Jobs. He mentioned, hey, I went to ISKCON temple for a Sunday feast. But his statement was good, inspiring. Here, temple did that, one of the ISKCON temple. But what goes in the behind is this kind of programs and the support that we get from the community. Otherwise, we won't be in this place and serving and having this place. So I would like to request, we have the celebration February 29th, BhaktiSiddantha Sarasvati Thakura's, celebration. We would like to offer on that day 75 memberships enrollment. So what I have to say is I'm at 48 members, but reaching another leap is within a week I need to make, or our team need to make half of the 50% of what we did in 2 months. So I like to request all the members here, anybody, please, it's not a big amount, 108, it is for the temple maintenance, it's a big service. And it will be a very good service. Reach out to your friends and families. Lot of people would like to do this, so please I encourage, reach out to your friends and families for the enrollment. And if anybody has any questions, reach out to Sanatan Prabhu and me.
All right, so please give a big hand to Sumangala Devi Dasaramati. She and her team are really working hard. The message is very simple. We need your help. Whatever way possible, the easiest way is to sign up for this small monthly seva. Maybe $1 a day or $3 a day can make a huge difference. So that's our humble request. If you can do, we'll be very kind of you, and we'll be excited to do more. Thank you so much. So every Sunday, this program is possible by people and family. They sponsor this Sunday program. So today, this Sunday feast is sponsored by 4 families. And if I may request, all 4 of you, please come forward. This is Amit and Akanksha, Uncle Hampi Srivastava, Prajakti Mataji, and Ashok Joshi. So I will read out, please, if you all 4 can come forward. So Amit and Akanksha Sukla family, their daughter is turning 17th on Friday, 23rd Feb. Hare Krishna, I know she was. So please take the prasadam. Thank you so much. And Prajakti Mataji and her family, they are so kind. They always come forward and support. So thank you so much. And we have Ashok Joshi Prabhu and Kiran Joshi Mataji and family, honoring the loving memory of Bharvi Bai Joshi, mother of Ashok and Kiran Mataji, who passed away a few months back. So thank you, Prabhu. Accept our condolences, Prabhu. And now, do we have Uncle Hampi Srivastava? Okay, Hare Krishna, please come. Family and Srivastava family seeking blessing for the Lordship and devotees. So we are really grateful to all these people who has come forward to sponsor. We have slots open for next week. If anybody is inspired, please see Ramdas Prabhu in the blue t-shirt. He will be able to guide you. It's a small donation. We offer all the bhoga, and now downstairs you will go and eat prasadam. It's all sponsored. So we'll love to seek your sponsorship. So with that, for each one of these who has sponsored today, please pray together with me together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We pray to Sri Radha Syamasundar for all their well-beings, and all of you, all your family, stay blessed and be successful in whatever you aspire to. So with that, I request you all to make a line and take the blessings, and the nice prasadam is waiting for all of you. Please honor the prasadam. And look forward seeing you on next Sunday at 5 o'clock. Kindly give us the reviews. If you are using our Govinda Express, you are using Govinda restaurant or anything, please talk, give us the feedback so that we can improve. So with that, thank you so much. Hare Krishna.